We are the MBA Batch 9, students of University of Kalaniya, Sri Lanka. And today, we are here to have a chat with one of the great entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka, Mr. Dulith Herath, founder and the chairman of Sri Lanka's largest e-commerce organization, Kapruka.com. Kapruka.com established in year 2003, and currently they offer over 10,000 products and services including cakes, flowers, fruit baskets, hampers, electrics, jewelry, cosmetics, greeting cards, food items and many more. At the moment, Kapruka operates with the strength of more than 200 staff members, and also they are equipped with a specialized delivery crew to make their island-wide delivery service. The primary goal of the company is to provide a world-class service to Sri Lankans who shops online. Apart from the local operations, Kapruka has their international offices in USA, UK and Australia for international gift services. The latest innovation of the company is Kapruka Grasshoppers, which enables island-wide delivery solutions without barriers. So let's meet the person behind all about entrepreneur ideas, Mr. Dulith Herath.
Welcome, and we are here with one of the prominent entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka, founder and chairman of Grasshopper group of companies, Mr. Dulith Herath. So, sir, welcome.
Thank you.
And we would like to know how the idea of Kapruka came to your mind and how this was initiated.
There are multiple types of entrepreneurs. There are entrepreneurs who wants to make businesses. There are entrepreneurs who wants to even do social service. And then there are these innovative entrepreneurs. So I think I fall into that innovative category, and I really needed a platform to showcase my innovations. So that was the first need for creating Kapruka, was a platform that I can do innovations on. It's like a stage. So the Kapruka was that stage. That's the main reason for starting Kapruka. Actually, that's a primary reason. There are more reasons, but if you ask me one reason, that's the top reason.
Sir, so what are the strengths and what are the key factors that you had on your way to success, and how did you identify the opportunities to bloom in this market?
What are the key factors, and then how did I identify opportunities?
Yes,
So, two separate questions.
Yeah.
I think the key factors is, when it comes to e-commerce, there was a lot of, it was like a blank sheet in Sri Lanka. I started 10 years ago. So at that time, it was completely a blank sheet. So I could, start innovating and being almost a market leader from day one. So that was one of the key factors. And then, what's the second part of your question again?
What are the strengths that you had to bloom in the market?
Yeah, well, it's not just one or two or three, right? It's probably like a list of 100 strengths. But one of the main strengths or the main values I added from the beginning of the company is to make the company very net profit oriented from day one. More than being top line means revenue, I was extremely bottom line oriented. So it's net profit was one of the key things that I kept thriving on. So I think that's one of the main factors that a lot of entrepreneurs kind of overlook. When you start a company, you are very sales oriented and you are very revenue oriented, but maybe you are thinking, okay, we'll make profits later. So the Kapruka venture was a little different from that. From day one, we were very net profit oriented.
So another thing that we would like to ask is, what is the competition that you have and how you are coping up with the competition?
Competition is a great thing. When I said that I started with a blank sheet, it's very boring to work on a blank sheet, right? It has its huge advantages of having competition around you, and Kapruka today does not have a proper competitor, and I hope there will be more pressure that way coming. But what we do is, for example, now we are doing deliveries. Kapruka is now doing deliveries for other e-commerce companies in Sri Lanka. So you can find business partnerships with competitors and become competition your own business itself, because there are, even if you take two websites A and B, there will be a distinguisher between them. There will be some sort of a co-competency in the A and B. So if you thrive on your your core competency, the competition just becomes like it just adds more value to, and it creates the market bigger, it creates the pie bigger. But your core competency is in those certain elements and the areas that you recognize. So bottom line is, easy thing is to tell that take competition very positively, and we don't for example, you see somebody spending $1 million on marketing a competitor, and we will you should not get provoked by that and make changes based on the competition, but always keep your they say keep your ear on the ground, but you keep your eyes on the customer. So keep your ears on the ground and listen to the competition, what's going on, but to keep your eyes on the customer.
And another thing, sir, so what are the barriers that you have passed on your way to the success of the line?
A lot of barriers. Well, if I name about one or two, one of the main ones is to identify the right team to work with you. I mean, you can have these awesome ideas and awesome tools, awesome things to do, but if you don't have a team to do those things with you, you can't really do a damn thing, right? So identifying the people and then getting them to believe in your idea just like you do, and then being able to delegate them tasks and kind of see everything run autopilot, so you can go back to the innovation, because I said I'm an innovative entrepreneur, right? So what I'm really good at is that part. So I'm not good at execution, I'm not good at financial planning, I'm not good at all that. So I have to delegate that, find the right people to do that, get back to my room of innovation, close the door and start innovating. So one of the main barriers is for me to be able to come back to that room, shut the door and become that innovator again, instead of having to kind of micromanage everything. And that's that itself has about 10 sublines of barriers that you have to cross through, right? So identifying the teams, hiring the team, paying them the right salaries, and then letting them believe and taking care of them, their families and their salaries, all that. That's one of the main barriers. And then the next barrier is the mindset of making sure that you don't get yourself into too many ventures. Okay, like when I say, so when you are running a fairly large business, you start getting a lot of opportunities to invest into that, invest into this. Why don't you do this? If you don't do this next month, you will lose the opportunity, that kind of thing. So next barrier was to shut myself down from getting my hands into things that will just create noise for me. So like if you take the Kapruka journey, I've only done 3 things up to today. I've done the Kapruka, then I've done the Kapruka Global Shop, and now after 10 years I've started doing the Grasshoppers, that is that fulfillment service. So I'm very picky on what you want to get into.
So another thing that as you all know, you opened the door to global e-commerce to Sri Lankan community through Kapruka Global Shop. So we would like to know something about Kapruka Global Shop and how that idea came and how you are now doing that.
Kapruka Global Shop is, I think that's like a crown jewel of my innovations. I'm very proud of it, and we hold a patent for it. It's a global patent with 8 claims on it. The beauty of that is it's a zero inventory business, right? I have no products in hand. Everything is ordered once we have an order from the customer. The reason for creating Global Shop was the problem was Sri Lanka doesn't have enough population for me to carry hundreds and thousands of different products. Okay, if this was Canada, if this was Australia, this was US, yes, there is enough people and enough of a population for you to carry that kind of inventory. I mean, what are the chances of you ordering a 1978 Toyota Corolla door handle from me, right? I mean, how many of them should I be having? So, but today you can from Global Shop, but I'll get it to you in 10 days. So this system was created to give access to a huge inventory in the West for a small population. So that is the bread and butter of Global Shop.
That's great. And another thing that we came to know is Grasshoppers, a new concept. So please tell us about that.
Well, the Grasshoppers is Okay, so in the last 10 years, I've saw a lot of problems in e-commerce for Kapruka. It's almost like, okay, you're sick, you kind of, you treat yourself, you kind of figure out the medicines yourself, but then you know how to treat your problems. Now you're thinking, hey, maybe I can use the solutions and, create a pharmacy. Sell your own problems, medications to the others. So the problems I solved in e-commerce, I pretty much bottled them, made them into products, and put it on a platform called Grasshoppers, and asked grassroots level startups like e-commerce to, okay, here are the tools that Kapruka is using, come and use them for a fee. So that's an elevator pitch for Grasshoppers. Okay, but it is even though it is involving in delivery of products, I call it Grasshoppers not because they are jumping, it's because it's helping grassroots level SMEs to hop up. So that's Grasshoppers.
So at last, we would like to know, so what are the advices that you can give for potential entrepreneurs and people who are learning business and people who are trying to bloom in the market?
I tell most entrepreneurs to not to be too stubborn. I mean, there is this common thing about never give up, and I tell them to have courage to give up sometimes. When you're trying something really hard, and if your gut feeling says this is not working anymore, then your stubbornness says, okay, you keep trying, it may not be the right thing. You need to give up and have the courage to change directions and do the next thing. Right? Not to be stuck, because see, these days things are moving so fast. 1 year is equivalent to 4 years about 10 years ago. It's moving so fast. Everything on this table will be obsolete next year. I'll have to get newer versions of laptops to the phones to everything we have. So you have to have courage to change directions very fast, not to be stubborn. The next thing is, I always tell this, to take care of your team. The people who work with you, you must take care of them, and because this is still not 2050 where everything can be done automated. Right? We still need a lot of human element. So you have to take care of your team a lot. And then the third thing is, you have to understand, I tell entrepreneurs to be able to detach from. It's kind of the Buddhist way of, I strongly believe in the strength to be detached from things. So when you are imagine you are giving a bonus to an employee. Don't expect anything back for that. The bonus was given for the work he's done already. Right? So you give him the bonus, and now don't expect him to do double the work from tomorrow or stay in your company for 10 years. So what if you give a bonus? You say you give $1 million bonus to a manager, and tomorrow he says he got another offer and he's leaving your company. Sorry to tell you, sir, I really have to. I have this option. I have to go. So that will really upset a person, right? You think, I gave this guy a bonus. I had so much plans for him, but now he's leaving. So I have built an ability to not to be upset about that. So I'm detached from the bonus. I given it, I've forgotten about it, I have no problem. I will wish him like I had never done the bonus thing at all, because so it makes you very strong. Like when things go wrong in your company, things go wrong in your culture, it makes you almost like a brick wall. You're solid. Right? So those are the three.
Okay. So thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to have a word with you regarding those things. We have learned a lot from your discussion that we had today. So thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for talking to me.